Hello everyone, so let's continue from the place where we left in the last video. So if you're coming to the video first time, watch the previous 2-3 videos at least and come back here. Okay, so I said, okay, this for loop will print 10 times, okay, high, but once the 10 time is finished, it will come here and void loop will repeat, because what is the purpose of the void loop? It will repeat forever. So next 10 time printing will happen, because when we came here, we will reassign is, we will come to I and we will come to the for loop again. Okay, so I'm sorry, I is come to the I, we will come here, and this thing, what's the flow, we will again come to this for loop scenario, right? So what does it mean? We will come from the first line like this, one line to like this. Okay, since we are in the void loop, and we will come to this place, I is equal to 1, that means here, this is the functionality, guys. Okay, think about the functionality. So we will reassign as 1 and again check. Okay, that means for loop will again run. You get what I'm saying, right? Because in the first iteration of the void loop, if we print 10 times, the second time iteration also the same thing is going to happen, right? Because the same coding is there. That means what? If we are in this for loop, once we came here, we again come and check. I is not updated, we don't go here. But if the void loop is repeating, okay, once the for loop and everything is ended, when the void loop is repeating the next time, it will come from the first line. Okay, when it comes to from the first line, everything will be implemented. So this I is equal to 1 also will be again updated, and the for loop will again print 10 times. Or simply we say, it's very logical. Here we print 10 times, and this void loop itself is repeating, so again another 10 times will be printed. Again when the void loop is repeating, again another 10 times will be printed. Or like that, continuously it is going to be printed 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Okay, so you may not be able to see, oh, exactly 10 times high is printed. So this logic is working, you may not be able to see, because void loop is repeating forever. If there is a way, if the for loop implementation is happening not by repeating, but if the void loop is running only one time, you will see this serial printer and high is 10 times. You understand? Then you will understand how this for loop works as we expected. So how we can do it? You understand what I'm telling? This is going to print the high infinitely, because this loop is going to repeat. This loop is going to repeat forever. So you may not see the exact 10 times. Okay, so you have to find a way where you can count, okay, only 10 times it is printed, so that you will know this for loop is working, and then you can change the value and even check. Okay, 20 times, okay, 30 times, like that. But with this void loop it is not possible, because void loop is going to repeat. You understand what I'm saying? So it will continuously going to come this high value, so you will not count 10 or 20. So you want a scenario where this whole thing is running only one time, so that you can see 10 time printings. Okay, if you change it to 100, you can see only 100 times of printing. If you change it to 20, you will see only 20 times of printing. Okay, so the whole thing should run only one time. What is the possibility? The whole thing should be in a place where the thing in a block where the block is running one time. So in Arduino, which block is running one time? It is void setup. Void setup is running one time. Okay, void loop is running forever. So for testing purposes and to understand, okay, this for loop is working 10 times, 20 times, or 30 times. So that means this makes sense. That means this flow makes sense. Okay, to understand all these things, we need to make sure this whole implementation is happening only one time, not by repeatedly in the void loop. So we will bring everything inside the void setup block. Okay, that means now what is going to happen? This void setup, okay, that starts and ends here, is going to happen only one time. Okay, so this initialization happen, we don't care, and this for loop is going to be implemented one time. That means this loop scenario is going to happen one time, but how many times it will loop within it? That is 10 times, the number you are saying, you are giving here according to that. Now if you run this code, you will see exactly 10 times this is printed. Why? Void setup comes here, serial println happens, integer definition happens, initialization happens first as the first line, and condition check will happen. Everything will, then it is true because I is 1. Then printing will happen. Then at the end of the line, I plus plus will happen. Now I is 2. Again we come here, new I value we have. Okay, we don't come here. Okay, this will be brought on top. The flow. Look at the flow. I plus I is equal to 1 will come before the for loop. Okay, I mean by functionality, not when writing. Okay, so this check will happen. Okay, so the new I is 2 now. So again true. So we will again do like that. We will do 10 times. Once the 10 times is happened, I will become 11. So 11 is less than 10 is false. For loop will be broken. That means nothing will happen here. Okay, with 10 times, after 10 times, since this becomes false, the program will not get into the for loop and it will go to the next line, line number 10, line number 11. If there is something, it will work, or if there's nothing, it will go further and it will find that the line number 12 void setup is ending. Okay, will it again do the same thing? No, it will move to the void loop and nothing is inside the void loop, so it will just iterate the void loop. Since there is nothing will happen. But in your console, what you will see, the high value will be printed only 10 times. You will see and you will understand, okay, amazing. Why? Because this is working. You can count, but if you write it inside the void loop, you cannot count, because void loop is going to repeat and again 10 times will be printed without a space, so you cannot count. But here you can count because 10 times it will be printed and the program will come out of this block void setup and it will go into the void loop and it will iterate that. You understand what I'm telling? It's just for testing purposes. Okay, if you want to use for a purpose, if you want a system to do something, maybe the system want to read value from sensor in an iterative manner with the for loop, right, continuously, because when we are reading the values from sensors, we are continuously read, okay, forever. So for that we can use a for loop. If we have to do that, we have to write it inside the void loop. Otherwise, what will happen? Void setup will exist after one time, then reading will not happen. Okay, that is another thing. But for testing purposes, this is amazing. You understand what I'm saying? So you can run this code with an Arduino and open your serial monitor and see. I didn't connect an Arduino, so I cannot open it. I can do it in a simulation environment later. Okay. So I hope you understood this, guys. Okay. So always whenever you are seeing a for loop, just convert it into a picture, flowchart, and try to understand. Okay. So we will try a demo, not in this video, in the next video, guys. Okay. Until then, stay safe, guys.